Ha Rachel Tytler geisha gyntaf judo or a critchin in Jahan. Agus hug a corman ye ALBA rochgehug ag farpish international.
I started judo when I was about 7 or 8, but I only really went to one class a week for probably 3 or 4 years. So it was probably when I was around about 11 or 12 that I started training a few times a week and started getting into competitions and things. And just from there kind of spiralled in a good way, making friends, doing more classes, getting better and just building a bit of confidence with the experience from competitions in the country but also down south, and then starting to go abroad with Judo Scotland. I think when I started I went along with a couple of friends, and over time they stopped coming and I was to continue going. So I just felt a bit put out, but as I said, doing more classes and getting a bit better at it, made more friends and got more comfortable with it. And just built the confidence after going to different competitions. But I think even as a wee girl going to competitions around about Scotland, I would never really have dreamt of being at some of the internationals I've been to, but also the Commonwealth Games especially.
Chordaí Rachel have been a páirse skip at ALBA ar sona Geamaichean Choláis in Birmingham. Agus chai Geamaichean farpish an Jowhrum.
I think regardless of what you do, what your job is, judo's essentially mine, and I think whatever you do you should enjoy, and that was my attitude going into it. It was just I was going to go and enjoy it and try to do my judo as best as I could. So just taking that approach to it, I just went for it and it worked in my favour, and I loved it. So usually when we compete we've got GBR on our back, so we never have an opportunity to compete for Scotland itself. So at the Commonwealth Games, being split into the home nations, it was really special having Scotland on your back. And regardless of who you were fighting, you could always hear the Scots in the crowd. Even though they were well outnumbered, you could always hear them and you knew that they were supporting you, which was amazing.
Huair an ghlèidheadh judoka, baun ua, agus a caine bheith hast an sapish for an dúirí áte at a podium.
I was running through in my head what my few goals were, that was what the game plan was going to be, and just focused on that. And when I went out, and my coach behind me kind of reinforcing that to me, and just went for it. Like I bowed onto the mat and I remember just saying in my head like, right, let's go Rach, and it just all worked in my favour. There was a moment in the fight that the other girl had a dominant grip, and usually I wouldn't hear myself talk to myself in my head, or I wouldn't do it, but I heard myself go, oh no, don't like this, and I changed it, and it was that moment that I changed, that I was able to sort the grip and do the attack and score and get the medal. It kind of still is a bit surreal. The gravity of it hasn't really sunk in, but yeah, it was absolutely fantastic, and I think the medal is a bit of a relief that 18 years of judo has paid off. So it's definitely the most important medal that I've got, and the one I cherish the most. But it was just extra special because I was able to have family and friends there who have never been able to travel abroad with me to see me compete, and like my friends that I started judo with, one of their dads was there, who's the guy that got us into it right at the start. So it was just fantastic to have those people there, and to be on such a high but share it with them was really special.
Far a bheachta, ha Rachel cúideach a coach an Cluinnidh an ága an judo. Far a bhfuil an corm aiche cúideach na bhuineach an úd I chéine leisachach.
Coaching, I do around about my own training, so I do enjoy giving back to the kids as well, and I coach now in the venue where I started doing judo, so it's really nice to be able to say to the kids, like when I was 7 or 8 I started judo right here in this hall. If you stick with it, if you enjoy it, you're passionate about it, that you could have a Commonwealth medal in the future. You don't know what's going to come if you just stick with it and enjoy it, so it's really special to be able to give that back to them. And it's just great when you've been working on certain things and you can see the kids starting to pick up on it and it's starting to work, whether it's just in the classes or whether they do kids competitions or domestic events and things. It's really great to see that your input is having a bit of an effect. I think it's really important to get everybody involved, but girls and women especially. I think being quite a physical and male-dominated sport, it can be quite intimidating. But I think if you get a wee group of females around you, you can have that kind of safe space, if you like, and you can push each other but have fun with it as well. Like, it doesn't always have to be dead aggressive and fighting. Like, there's a lot that you can do, whether it's a bit more technique focused or just depending on the different people's goals, whether they want to compete or it's recreational or what they want to get from it. You can have those people around you and strive towards a collective goal or individual goals as well. So I think it's really important having people around you, but having females as well, it's nice to have.
Ha Rachel Tytler in a Olympics around in Talmny Chach. A chair son Gianna Keenjock and Kumi Ora find clach a judo. Ayas and Cluinnidh leis.
Obviously Olympics would be the goal, it's everybody's goal. So whether that would be Paris 24 or eile in 28, I think would be absolutely fantastic. But for me personally, just to keep enjoying it, whether that is taking medals at different international events or just going and performing. Sometimes your best performance won't win you a medal, but it's still your best. So I think either way, just enjoy it and do your best. If I was to think back as a wee girl starting judo, I would never believe that I was where I am now. And I think it's quite phenomenal now, looking back, and the journey that I have been on and the opportunities that I've had from being a youngster right through to now, being able to travel the world with sport, and the people that I've met, and like the Commonwealth Games, it's a multi-sport event as well, so it's just a world full of opportunity, whether that's within judo or broader, but it's just everything that comes up I try and say yes to if possible.